This is the season from the abyss. This is the season from the dark place. This is the season, if you are a Stranger Things fan, this is the season from the upside down. We have a literal genesis of a player in Nikola Jokic who put up 26 points, 21 rebounds, and 11 assists on 10 of 17 shooting, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, with 2 blocks, was a -1, and the Denver Nuggets lose by 6. The MVP of the NBA had 26, 21, and 11 stat line, and he shot 10 of 17 from the field, and they lost. Because the process tonight was terrible. Give it up to the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz hit 14 of 41 three-pointers, not great, and only 43 of 92 from the field, which is 47%. They were 15 of 18, 83% from the line. Bojan had he seems to only play well against the Nuggets. He had 36 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. This is his first career game of 30 and 10. First ever. So frustrating watching that happen. But Nikola Jokic tonight had 26, 21, and 11, and they lost because the game started off not bad. It was a little slow offensively. But when it mattered most, the Denver Nuggets could not come up with a stop on the perimeter to save their life. And then when it mattered most, when it came time to make a smart offensive decision, they made a terrible offensive decision, meaning Will Barton pull up three-pointers that leads to a breakaway layup, which counted at the end of the game. It means Monte Morris, with 20 seconds left, down by 4, shoots a pull-up three-pointer when he's played so well. Brick house. Across the board, there were just some decisions made that don't really make too much sense. But here's the reality of the situation we are facing. The MVP of the NBA and the best player in the NBA currently standing is Nikola Jokic. But the reason he may not win the MVP is because the Denver Nuggets are currently sitting at 7th in the Western Conference. And now they're a whole 5.5 games back behind the Grizzlies and a game behind the Mavericks because they lost to the Mavs, not lost to Utah. And it's very frustrating being on this side of it, knowing that this team is absolutely not healthy, the opposite of healthy. But this season is just unbelievable. Like, tonight, let me just read this to you. Will Barton ended up having a decent stat line, 39 minutes, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 7 of 17 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three-point line. He was a -6. Aaron Gordon tonight, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 8 of 11 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. He was a +1 tonight. Austin Rivers, 6, 2, and 1, 3 of 7, 0 of 4, -5. And Facundo Campazzo, 5, 2, and 4, 20 minutes, 2 of 6, 1 of 3, and he was a -6. Here's what you all need to understand, and I've been saying this on my Twitter, and I'm going to say it again here. Will Barton did not play well tonight. But Will Barton, as a starting 2 guard, plus Jamal Murray, it works because that's a very good combination, one of the best combinations. Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers are actually, in reality, one of the absolute worst guard pairings in the NBA, so much so that two-man lineup between Austin Rivers and Facundo Campazzo had a negative 13.5 net rating. A negative 13.5 net rating. And the reason that is because when they're in the game together, it's 100 offensive rating and 113 defensive rating, meaning they are getting absolutely cooked. And tonight, when they were both on the court together, abysmal basketball with them together. Abysmal basketball with them together. They can't defend the pick and roll to save their lives. That's why Chris Paul and Devin Booker absolutely blitzed the Denver Nuggets. And everybody been blaming Nikola Jokic. Oh, look, he's getting cooked in the pick and roll. Nikola Jokic, up to this point, David Locke of Locked On Utah Jazz pointed this out on his podcast today. He's 7th in the NBA in defending the pick and roll among volume bigs, which is good. To be in 30 teams in the league and you top 7, that's very good. But you can't do nothing if Facundo Campazzo is 5'9", getting beat over the roll, and then on top of that, he's trying to get back steals and he's getting beat. It just was. And then on top of that, when they go and contest shots, both of them are short. Bojan shot over Austin. Everybody shot over Facu. And again, y'all, I hate that I have to say this. Will Barton did not play well for most of the game. But okay, that is what it is. I can talk about him separately. I've said it multiple times on my Twitter. Facu and Austin Rivers are problems. But here's what I have to say. This is what I had to come to realize. We are in the season of the abyss. We're absolutely in the season of the abyss. But this is what I have to realize. The Nuggets are depending on end-of-bench players and Facu Campazzo, Austin Rivers, Tucker, 10-day contract, Reed, 10-day contract, and Bol to give them game-changing minutes, yet Jokic is great enough to make it worse on most times. But on nights like tonight, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. They don't have a competent roster right now with all the injuries out. Blako Chanchar, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Zeke Naji is still out. PJ Dozier, ACL. Jeff Green, still out. They don't have a competent roster. So it sucks because Jokic's having this all-time season, yet he doesn't have the pieces around him to get the job done. The Denver Nuggets, per Vic Lombardi, who I just recorded an episode with, so please go watch that if you haven't seen it, says the Denver Nuggets started off 7-1 at home this season. They're currently 1-6 since. Yeah. This is what it is. Monte Morris had a great game tonight, for the most part, till the last possession. Monte Morris tonight, off the bench, 20 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 7 of 13, 5 of 9 from 3. He with a +3. Bones Highland tonight, another night where he wasn't shooting well. This is, I don't know, man. This is a lot of nights in a row. 23, he had 20 minutes, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 of 6, 1 of 4, -4. Davon Reed, 2 points, 1 of 3, 0 of 1, -4. Jermichael Green, 8 and 3, 2 of 6, 0 of 1, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, -5. Bol was a -8, and Tucker was a +5. This is just the season from the abyss, and I don't think this. I mean, maybe I need to check my expectations. Maybe even catching the 4 seed is just out of whack. Because like I said, they're 5 games back, 5.5 games back now. They're 5.5 games back from the 4 seed. So I just don't know. I don't know what to make of this. They're 5.5 games back from the 4 seed, and they don't have the pieces. The Clippers don't have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, so makes sense. The Timberwolves, they're just not a good team, but they're the 9th seed, and they're playing really well in their starting unit. But they're behind the Nuggets. But the Lakers, they have a Russell Westbrook and an old man problem. I understand why they're 20 and 19, but they should be better. The Nuggets are the only team I'm seeing on this list of the top 8 teams in the West that has a legitimate bona fide excuse for underperforming. There's only so much that Jokic can do. And then on top of that, y'all, this is what frustrates me about the NBA. At least 5 times tonight, the announcer for the game called Jokic, Nikola Jokic, Jokovic. At least 5 times, even during the ESPN broadcast, apparently, when they were just doing a halftime report on the game, they called him Jokovic. How is it that you can have an MVP of your league, a historically great player, and you're still not pronouncing his name correctly when he's been All-NBA 3 times, first-team All-NBA 2 times, the MVP of the league, and he's currently one of your 2 best players in the NBA? That's like if Patrick Mahomes, in his 5th year in the league, dominating the league, 50 touchdowns in his 2nd year, and people still are calling him Mahomie. The NBA does a disservice to itself when it marginalizes its own product by not being able to properly pronounce the names of the players that dominate their sport. Luka Doncic, They say it plenty all the time. They say it well 90% of the time. Jokic? I don't hear them messing up Embiid, LeBron, Durant, Curry. What's the problem? Oh, because it's Denver? Because he's a Serbian center? Because he doesn't have a social media? Like, what's the real issue here, man? Like, the dude is putting up 26, 21, and 11, and you can't remember his name? So this is the season of the abyss. We are in the upside down place. It is what it is. I'm sorry, you all. I know it's frustrating. I know this is not as fun as you wanted it to be. But the good news is Jamal Murray looks like he's coming back here soon. They play on Friday against the Kings at home. Hopefully they can win that game. Then they got OKC in Oklahoma. Hopefully they can win that game. Then they got the Clippers again. Hopefully they can win that game. But, hey, Michael Jordan shrug. Who knows, you all? All right, y'all. Swipin gang. Make sure you're subscribing to the new podcast. If you want more content from me, Swipin with Swipa podcast on iTunes, on Spotify. Also got another special guest interview coming out. I just had one with Vic Lombardi that went live yesterday. I got another one with one of your favorite people in the world coming out tomorrow, y'all. Look, Swipin gang. Keep it real. Stay in touch. I'll see y'all soon.